Hello, Professor. Hope you are doing well. First of all, I will start with the introduction of our presentation. The name of our presentation is Electric Vehicle Population. We are four people in this group, and my name is Nana. My roll number is 200521377. I am a student of Big Data Analytics. So, first of all, we will start with our slide. The table of contents. The table of contents, we have six things: project overview, project status, project phase, development task completed, demonstration, and upcoming tasks. So first of all, we will start with the introduction. The introduction of our presentation is like we are working on electric vehicle technology. It is the advanced rapidly since its introduction, and today there are many plug-in hybrid and electric vehicles that are available in the market of USA as well as Canada. This data set that we have taken of battery electric vehicles, we have plugged in with the hybrid electric vehicles, so that currently they are registered in the Washington State Department of Licensing. So this is data set we have taken. So first of all, I will give you the project overview. The main overview is to analyze the electric vehicle population dataset which we have taken from the data.gov, and to predict that and compare different kind of vehicles. So we are demonstrating our project in two parts. First of all, there is a Word file of MRP final proposal, and there is another presentation in the form of approved project charter. It is a PDF. And first of all, I will introduce you the project phase. Like we are on testing phase, and we have total five stages like requirement, design, development, testing, and the last one is deployment. So
Hello Professor, my name is Swati Devi and I am continuing after Nana. So here we have our data set in which we have the electric vehicle population, and here are all the columns of our data set. Then we have the tasks that are completed for this data set. Next one, we have the data cleaning that we have did for our data set. Like we loaded all the file of the dataset into the data frame. Then we did the code for showing the last five rows of the dataset. Then we checked for the null values. If it's showing false, that it means that it doesn't have the null values. Then we got all the columns of the dataset, and then we examined the missing values. These numbers are showing that if they have the missing values or not. In the next one, we have checked the column data types, like if it's object, integer, float, and then we have dealt with the missing values by replacing them with the null values. Then we have checked for the unique values of all the columns, like the model year, make, model, electric vehicle, electric range, register descriptive. Then we have selected the required columns like the make, model, electric range, state, model year, for which like that are needed for the analysis. Then we have the correlation between the variables. We have chosen these data set and we are checking the correlation between these variables. Then we have the heat map to show the correlation between the variables. Heat map is a two-dimensional representation of a data in which values are represented by colors. A simple visualization is created by using a heat map that shows immediate information. Next is the predictive analysis and the reasons why we have selected random forest. Random forest is a popular machine learning algorithm used for classification, regression, and other tasks. The reason for choosing this model is non-linearity, like the random forest can capture non-linear relationships while the linear regression cannot do that. Next one is the robustness. Random forest is more robust to outliers and noise in the data than traditional regression models. Like we have a number of rows and the columns that we have to do analysis on, so there is more chances of having a good accuracy by performing this model. The next reason is interpretability. While random forest is a black box model, it can still provide feature importance measure to help understand which variables are deriving the model's predictions. The another factor is the performance. Like random forest can handle high dimensional data with a large number of features and can often achieve better accuracy that I have explained before. Next, we have the code for predicting analysis. First, we have created a Spark session, then we loaded the CSV file of the dataset into the data frame, then we separated the data into training and test dataset. Then we casted all the columns to the appropriate data types like the integer or the float or the object that I have shown before. Next is the code for predictive analysis as well. We have prepared the features of training like feature electric range base MRP and these ones. Then we have created a random forest model and the pipeline. Then we train the model, testing the model and evaluating the model so that we can get the accuracy and the result of the model. So here is the accuracy that is 77.6%. And next one, we have the dashboard in Power BI, the sum of electric range by model year, the count of make by state and make, the count of make by country, and the maximum of electric range by model. These all are the dashboards that are created in Power BI. In next slide, I'm showing the project progress. So first we have the dataset and the requirements we have gathered in this semester again because our last dataset was not from a trusted website. So we have taken a new dataset and we have gained all the information about it. Then we designed a MRP project proposal and the project charter. Then we have did the data cleaning. After that, we generated a heat map to understand the correlation between the variables. After that, we have performed the predictive analysis and tried to create a Power BI dashboard.
Good morning, Professor. I'm Vijayta. Now I'm showing the data cleaning part. And by running this code, we can see the top 5 columns and the top 5 rows. And to see the bottom rows, we run this command. And we run this to see the null values. False indicates that there are no null values. And by running this, we can see the columns. We can see the missing values here by running this. So 0.0025 this is a percentage of the missing values. And to see the data types, we run this code. So these are the data types of the columns. And here is a code to replace the NaN values with 0. Now we can see that NaN is replaced with 0. And by running this unique code, we can see the individual values related to a particular column. So we do this for all the columns. And after checking the unique values, we can notice if any outliers are there, so we can replace it. As we can see that there are no null values. So we can continue. So now I am checking the correlation between the different variables. Here are the 17 columns we have, and by running this code we can check the correlation. We can see this correlation matrix. We can see the correlation between the different variables. That's the end of the data cleaning and correlation. Now I'm going to explain you about the prediction model we have chosen. We have chosen the random forest classifier model. Before that, we compared it with linear regression and also ARIMA. So we thought this would be the best model as it has advantages over ARIMA and linear regression, as it can Now I'm going to show how to run the code. These are the libraries which I have imported, and I'm creating the Spark session now. And now I'm going to run this file so that I can load the CSV file. And these are the columns I have selected. Like I have casted int, double, and other columns. These, it is to show the columns which I have selected. You can see the selected columns here. It is to label the column and selecting the features. We are selecting a vector assembler and selecting few columns. This code is to split the data into training and test data. And here we are. So here is the code for random forest classifier model. This is the code to train the data, and it is to test the data, and it is the evaluator, and it is to stop the Spark session. And if you run this model, you can see the accuracy. It is around 77%. So we can go with this model.
Myself Vansh from Group 10, and I will be continuing after Vijeta. So, topic of today I will be talking to you about our SharePoint, which we have created for our project. Which, the name of the SharePoint is MRP Group 10, and this is the homepage of our SharePoint. And we have created multiple tabs here, like MRP High Level Task List, timesheets, action items, and minutes of meeting. So, first of all, I would be talking to you about MRP High Level Task List. Yeah. So, our topic is electric vehicle population. Our task list is divided into multiple phases like requirement phase, development phase, design phase, and the testing phase as well. And here you can see that we have divided into subparts under every phase. Like if I talk about requirement phase, we review our SharePoint setup, gathered all the requirements. Then the design phase updated a project charter, approved project charter, and development phase we are creating a Power BI dashboard, prediction model selection and development, and data analysis as well, and data cleaning. So talking to you about the next tab, which will be timesheets. So timesheets, and you can see here that uh, we have mentioned all the phases, the task we have did, the time, the budgeted hours we have given to each task, and the task it was assigned to, and according to the phase it is also classified. Yeah. So this is my timesheet. And talking about the action items. So, action items, you can see that we have mentioned all the description of each task performed by each member of the group. For example, if I talk about two, so checking the correlation between the required columns and the data analysis and finding the questions, and we have the we are doing the prediction model selection and development, creating Power BI dashboard as well to as per the phases which we have did. And now talking about the fourth tab, it's minutes of meeting. So here is the minutes of meeting. Like every week we have a meeting to discuss regarding our project. So it's the it's regarding that, and that